I want to be a physicist. Hello?
Yeah, so we heard you want to be a physicist. It's just not going to work out, you see, because, well, let's go through the list. Academically, you did horribly growing up. You failed every science class you've ever had. You've had to repeat it twice in one point in middle school, and you barely took any sciences in college. I'm sorry, but with the savability that you produce towards going to be a physicist, it's just not good enough. It just can't cut it. So the best we can do is you can be a garbage man.
Oh. Okay. I want to be an architect. Hello?
Yeah, so we heard you want to be an architect. That's not a very smart decision on you, but your credentials don't meet that type of aspect of life. You have no building skills. You are not imaginary enough for that type of work. You don't have any imagination. You don't know how to use your hands to build stuff. You're not good with blueprints. You're not good with math. You don't know anything for material-wise or anything like that, or how it works with weather. You're not cut out for it. I've seen you try to make attempts with it in the past, and everything you built just fell to shit. Now, we really can't have anyone walking around so rambunctiously being an architect like that. So, the best we can tell you is you can clean toilets for a living.
Okay, I guess. I want to be a motivational speaker for everyone. Hello?
Yeah, so we overheard that about the motivational speaker thing. That's just not going to work out, you see, because growing up, you were not popular amongst anyone. No one liked to hear you talk. Women didn't like you, guys didn't want to be your friend. Nobody wanted to be around you. In fact, everyone avoided you. So how can you be a motivational speaker when everyone just wants to avoid you? That just doesn't make any sense of why you want to be that way. And I mean, what are you going to talk about? Again, going back to that big issue that you grew up with, nobody paid attention to you. Nobody cared what you had to say. Now, the best we can do is there's a job opening where you can live on a remote island and literally just press a button all day and live on that island by yourself. It's fully functional just for yourself, no interactions whatsoever. It's perfect, just as you were growing up like.
Alright, sounds great. I want to sit in the middle of a town with a piss-covered rag over me, with a big hat that says idiot, and I want people to throw tomatoes and rotten fruit at me. Hello?
Yeah, so we heard what you want to do with that. That's just not going to work, because you actually did pretty well in school growing up, and you're not an idiot. You thrived socially, people loved you, you went on many dates, you were actually the prom king. Since you were a freshman, for some odd reason, people just seemed to like you so much. So, the best we can tell you is you could be the ruler of the world.
Come on! Man, I don't know how many times you've heard this throughout your life, but I'm going to say it again right now, if you haven't already heard it. You are not stupid. In fact, all of us individuals in this world, we are all geniuses. As Wayne Dyer states in his 9 Habits of Creative Genius, genius is a potential that lives in you and every other human being. In fact, you have your own individual brilliance. There's spurs of brilliance that come out of you within every moment of your life. We are all a stem of this creator, God, or whatever you want to call it. Really think about that. We are a stem of what created genius. Down to the baseline of everything that is created is energy. That's where everything came from. It's just some kind of divine energy that just orchestrated this beautiful present moment that we are in. Why do you think some people say that everything has God in it? And presently, all around us is a limited capacity. Everything around us is infinite. We live in an infinite universe. So don't let others try to limit your capacity. You are not stupid. Your minds have a capacity beyond any reach. If there is a true achievement that you want to accomplish within your life, do not let these limitations of these people judging how smart you are hold you back. There's an unlimited capacity. It is not a limited capacity. It only becomes limited by yourself. And with this, it's a great lesson for us guys to learn to not be intimidated, especially in this aspect. Intimidation comes into play a lot with if you think you're stupid or not. Because you could be intimidated by people who are smarter than you without them even judging you for you not catching it on as much as they are. And then of course, judgment is also intimidating as well. You as a man should not be intimidated by any of these limiting factors because it's an unlimited world. You as a man should not be intimidated by this. You're a genius. You're brilliant. Anything you want in this world that you know is true in your heart, you can do it. It doesn't matter if someone's surpassing you with it. They're just literally on another planet ahead of you. It doesn't matter. They're not you. They don't have your brilliance. They have their own. You have your own individual brilliance that is untouched, that no one can fathom besides you. So don't feel intimidated. Replace intimidation with proudness. proudness of your own individual genius, and proudness of other individuals' brilliance. If you can get on that type of track, inspiration comes naturally flowing into you, creating more genius throughout this whole vast environment. A major label given to people with ADHD or severe anxiety disorder is that they're stupid. Now, me growing up with this, I've known this and thought this since almost the beginning of kindergarten. I had to repeat half of kindergarten, and I had to repeat first grade. And I struggled with accepting my own individual genius throughout my entire life until after college. I had to repeat a geometry class again. I hardly got any good grades. I barely passed with a 2.5 in high school. I was viewed as an idiot because of the constant anxiety I was battling and intimidation factors of it all. And I believed these horrible judgments that were thrown at me. I was totally intimidated by it, and I believed those intimidation factors. And I sought after signs to connect, to prolong with this anxiety as well. I connected signs to these judgments to make myself believe that I was very stupid. My older sister 4.0 everything since she started school. My father had literally skipped 5th grade to 8th grade and graduated when he was 15. And my younger brother not even showing up to class but somehow lands an amazing job in IT. Same with my very intelligent cousins I have. It was just very apparent to me, and it made me believe I was very stupid. It also didn't help that everyone I went to school with was also surpassing me as well in a lot of ways. I was judged by smart people all the time. I was bullied by smart people. It was completely hammered into me. On my graduation day, I didn't have any ropes around my neck or anything like that like they had. No, I had nothing. I just wanted to show up and then just get the fuck out of there. It really is a struggle with ADHD and severe anxiety disorder with focusing. Because you're supposed to focus at a certain pace within school, and distractions are a big thing with it all. Easily distracted. You have to find ways to keep you in tune with it all, to not distract you from what's going on, to what's important. And it's a very hard thing, especially when you're trying to combat that and overcome that while everyone's looking at you like you're just a fucking idiot. But there's a brilliance to all of us. We are all geniuses in this world, man. And don't let it intimidate you. Once I learned to stop making it intimidating myself, I slowly got over this funk that I thought I was stupid. What in fact made me realize it was there was a situation in college, and I had a main professor in my welding classes. Because I went to school for manufacturing, I got an associate's degree, but also had a certification in welding technologies. And my welding instructor flat out told me I was probably the stupidest person he's ever met. And after hearing that, going through what I had to get to where I was in college, I wasn't intimidated. I didn't believe him. I thought he had a chip on his shoulder about me. I knew he did. I didn't care anymore. I knew I wasn't stupid. I've been called that a million times over again. When I coach guys who have insecurities of stupidity, I tell them a little funny personal information about myself. So when I graduated high school, I didn't even look at my diploma. I just wanted to grab it and go. It was not until I applied for college that my college I was enrolling to told me what was going on. In fact, that they said on my diploma, it stated that I graduated in 2009 instead of 2014. Yes, I believe it stated that I graduated when I was 14 years old. What also happened was my college called the high school for 2 weeks straight to clarify this, and no one answered. What happened was my college looked at my transcripts and saw that I did attend school and in fact graduated at that time, but since my diploma said 2009, my college wrote it off as I graduated in 2009. And I graduated when I was 14. That's on my college records. And coming from a complete background of thinking I'm just a complete idiot, it was just such an ease of relief. I knew I was smart. I knew I was a genius. I know you're smart. I know we're all geniuses. In any infinite type of way, man. You are brilliant.
Saint Perigine, patron saint of all forms of cancer. We ask you for your help in asking God to heal my cancer and keep it in remission. Pray for me so that I may live a long and faithful life.